Hello. Oh, hi, Sarah. Yeah, I just got back from the world up above. Just in time, too, for the children's corner.
When I'm sitting around with my homework all done and there's nothing to do, I call all of my friends, they don't answer the phone. Where have they gone to? Where do you go?
We're gonna go to the children's corner. Where do you go? We're gonna go to the children's corner. Where do you go? We're gonna go to the children's corner. Where do you go?
And it's bath day. So let me take care of that and get me a shave. And I'll head on down to the train depot and I'll get down your way and we'll check it out. Hey, you wouldn't happen to know what time it is, would you? Yeah, my watch, it stopped again. It keeps stopping and going, stopping and going. I gotta get that fixed. Who? Really? You think Black Bart and his gang has something to do with this? All right. Well, they usually leave behind some type of evidence, so if they're involved, I'll know it. Okay, well, let me get going so I can get ready and get dressed and get down to the train depot and make the next train out there. Okay. All right, see you then. Bye-bye. Ah, crime. I wish it would take a day off so I could get one.
Sheriff, we're about ready to leave.
Oh, hi there, George. Thanks. One of these days, I'm actually going to take a train ride on a vacation, have a fun time, go to places of interest I'd like to see, other than just taking the train on sheriffing business.
Where are you headed?
Well, I got to go out to Itsland. Apparently they're having thefts out there, and Black Bart and his gang, they're getting the blame for it. So I got to do some investigating work.
Good luck with that.
Thank you, George.
All right, well, we have a pretty heavy load, so we better start loading pretty soon.
All right, I'll see you over there.
All right.
All right, thank you. Well, hi there, everybody, and welcome to the town of the Children's Corner, located in the world of the magical couch. I'm Sheriff Stephen J., the Sheriff of Sauge County. Now, today I'm at the train station here at the town of the Children's Corner, waiting to go to Itsland. Apparently, there's been some thefts out there, and Black Bart and his gang, they're getting the blame, so I have to go out there and do some investigating. And I was just told that the train is here getting ready to board. So you're welcome to come with me if you'd like, but I can't miss my train.
Sheriff, you got the ticket?
Yeah, I got it right here. Well, I can't seem to find my ticket, George.
You know what? I got a special gold one here for you.
Oh, gold ticket. Oh, thank you. That's kind of unusual.
Yeah, well, you're the sheriff.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. I guess you got to punch that. Oh! Whoa! What was that? What? Well, this is an unpredictable situation. Didn't see this coming. Looks like outside of town somewhere. Whoa! Who are you?
I'm the host of Things That Were at the Boothbay Railway Village.
The host of things that were? You mean like past things that happened prior to what's happening now?
Well, yes, of course.
Well, what kind of things?
Well, in here, we're in our livery stable, and these are carriages and sleighs and other items that would have moved people around.
I'm used to that. We use that in the town of the Children's Corner, sleighs and all that. So what exactly do you have over here? I notice you have something over here. Looks like a baby carriage.
Well, that's a pram, or a baby carriage.
A pram?
A pram.
How do you spell that, pram?
P-R-A-M.
P-R-A-M. Pram.
And it's a pretty fancy pram, too. That would have been for a very well-to-do family.
So that pram means baby carriage.
Baby carriage, or what we might call you might call a stroller.
Stroller. Okay. Well, what else do you have in here?
Well, we have Portland cutter sleighs.
Portland cutter sleighs?
Yes.
And why do they call them Portland cutter sleighs?
They call them Portland cutters because they were designed in a place called Portland, Maine.
Portland, Maine.
They were made all over the country, but they're based on that one design. They could have been made anywhere in the country, though, because once a sleigh was designed, those designs were then shared with other sleigh makers throughout the United States.
So Portland made the design that everybody else was using.
Right. There's also sleighs that are called Concord coaches because they were designed in Concord, New Hampshire.
Really?
Yes.
Well, let me think. I don't think we have any Children's Corner sleighs. If we did, they'd be made in the town of the Children's Corner.
Or designed in the town of the Children's Corner.
Or design, yes, yes.
Because then people use that design all over the country. They were fancy sleighs, and when you rode in those sleighs, you would have to put a blanket over your lap because they were made for the winter time, but they're completely open to the elements. So you'd want to be bundled up, wear lots of clothes, and then have a blanket on your lap too.
I see. So what you're saying is this livery stable is full of transportation items from the past.
Absolutely. All things that would have been drawn by horses, or in the case of the pram, pushed by a parent.
A pram, I like that, a pram. So what else do you have in here? It looks like you got some
Well,
interesting things.
we have a taxi cab.
A taxi cab.
A taxi cab.
What is a taxi
A
cab?
taxi cab is where you pay someone to give you a ride from one point to another.
Really?
Yes, and it
Well-
was drawn by a horse, and you nicely actually had an enclosed room that you could travel in instead of the sleighs where you were open to the elements.
So this taxi cab, then you're saying somebody would sit outside and have a horse drawing it,
Yes,
and then behind them's the cab, and the people are in the cab,
are the
Yeah.
passengers.
and they are not by the driver. They're secluded from the driver.
Absolutely, that's where cab came from. And the other thing about our taxi cab is that right now it looks like it's ready for winter because it has sleighs on it, but it also came with wheels, so you could use it year-round.
Wow. So during the wintertime, you put on the sleighs, and then summer, spring, whatever, you put the wheels back on it.
Absolutely.
Well, that's pretty nice. So what else you got in here? I noticed something over here. What's
Well,
this behind you right over here?
That's a carriage, and that's meant, again, to be drawn by a horse. But the neat thing about that carriage is it was built right here in this town for use right here in this town.
And what town is this exactly?
We're in the town of Boothbay.
Boothbay. I haven't heard of Boothbay. So you've got this carriage that's on wheels, that's just a regular carriage. You have a pram, which is a baby carriage, and you have a taxi cab, I guess it's behind me here. Very nice looking. And what else do you have in here?
We also have a pony sulky.
A pony sulky. And what exactly is a pony sulky?
Well, a pony sulky is made for one or two passengers to ride in, and in the front of it, you'd have a single horse drawing it. And what's different is that it only has two wheels in the back instead of a double axle like most of our carriages or sleighs where you would have two sets of support underneath you. So it teeter-totters, basically. You need the horse in the front for it to be able to move forward because you only have the one set of wheels.
Well, you know, I guess it's that item right over here.
It sure is.
So, you know, I've seen these before, but I saw them, I think they were racing.
They do, just like sleighs. Sleighs race, carriages race, and sulkies race.
So they all race, and I did not know that. And what about this one right here? It's a store.
That says Dingley's Store, and that was a delivery cart or a delivery sleigh used to deliver groceries from the grocery store to people who may not have their own sleighs or carriages to get there for themselves.
Well, you have a lot of sleighs in here with some history behind them. Very interesting host of things that were.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Hello? Where are you going? Things that were past, wherever. Hello? Whoa! Oh, well, that was a little unusual. That was weird.
Let me punch that ticket for you.
Oh, now where am I? And what is this contraption? Who are you?
I am the host of Places Present. You are at the place of things that are, also known as the Boothbay Railway Village Antique Auto Display.
Oh, well, okay. Well, you know what? You talk kind of funny. But stay right there. I'm going to come around and you can explain exactly what this place is all about.
I'll be glad to do that for you, sir.
All right. So- Well, hi there. I'm Sheriff Stephen J.
And I'm Denny Wilson.
Denny, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
It looks like this thing's a horse's carriage.
Actually, it's a 1923 Ford Model T Woody station wagon that was used to haul passengers and freight between different places, mostly to the train station. Also, as you'll notice, the car is made mostly of wood. And the reason it's wood is because Henry Ford had a surplus of wood from the crates that the parts for the manufacture of the cars were left over. So he would take the wood and make a station wagon, which we see here.
So when he would crate up the car and send it somewhere, they'd say, well, let's finish the frame of the car with the wood from this crate.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, saved some money doing that now, didn't he?
He sure did.
So do you have any more cars of interest like this one?
Well, I'd be glad to show you a more modern car. It's a 1957 Lotus racing car.
A Lotus.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like a bug.
Well, it's a little bigger than a bug.
Okay, well, I'll follow you.
It's green.
Well, let's go to it.
Okay.
All right, it's green, a green bug. Wow, look at this. Green Lotus.
This is a 1957 Lotus B. It was first used as a racing car. It was built for that purpose, and it was raced in Miglia in Italy. And the driver and the car came in second place in that race. To bring us up to a more closer era, the fellow that bought it had raced it in the 1970s in various racetracks in New England. As you can see, the cockpit is very narrow, and it's got seat belts, so it had safety standards for that era. Also notice in back of the cockpit, the headrest. In back of the headrest is a bar. It's called a rollover bar. So if the car flipped over, the headrest would hit first and not the driver's head.
What's that, like, funny-looking thing on the top of it right there?
Oh, the tripod? It looks like a tripod?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Well, actually, that's a rear view mirror. That was a extra specialty that the driver needed on the car so he could see cars in back of him.
I noticed a car back here that looked pretty interesting. It kind of had a wheel, a tire on the side of it.
A spare tire, perhaps?
Yes, yeah.
We can go down there and look at the car if you'd like.
I'd like to look at that. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, I'll follow you.
Okay.
All right. Well, will you look at this? I like this car.
The car is actually a 1930 Model A Ford Roadster convertible.
What do you call this top here that comes down?
Yeah, the top would be called a rag top.
And you got this, what's this called again?
It's called a rumble seat, and you could put two people in there as passengers.
And why do they call it a rumble seat?
I believe the rumble seat name came from when they bounced over the road. They sort of rumbled.
They rumbled in it. Well, it looks like fun.
It is a very neat
Now,
car.
does
Yes.
it work?
This one does work, but we can't take it for a ride. But we have a car out front that we'd be glad to take you for a ride if you'd like.
Oh, I'd love to.
Well,
Well, let's go.
let's go.
Oh, fun. We're going for a ride after
Yeah.
you. Yeah, woohoo. Let's go. They call these things cars. Wow, that place is huge. You know, I didn't realize how big it was.
Well, Sheriff, it's over 10,000 square feet, and there are 55 cars that are stored in there year-round, and the place is heated in the wintertime to keep the cars from freezing up.
Well, I'll tell you, on the way out, I noticed all kind of cars and vehicles, horses, carriages, whatever you want to call them. Man, there was just rows and rows of them. That's just absolutely amazing. You say there's 55 cars in there?
55 cars, yes, sir.
It's amazing. I also noticed there's a steam engine as we walked out.
Yes, there is an 1885 Bouton steam pumper. It was used to put out fires. It was horse-drawn, and it replaced the bucket brigade, and it's here on loan.
Well, 1885 was more my year in the world of the magical couch. But this futuristic vehicle right here, I'd love to take a ride in it. Can we take a ride?
Yeah, let's go for a ride.
All right, great.
Okay.
We're going for a ride, maybe. Must still have one of those 6-volt batteries. Yeah. No. Almost. Hey, we're going for a ride, folks. Oh man, that was even weirder. You know, I'm having a vagary day. You know what vagary is, don't you, George?
No, I know.
Vagary is an alphabet chef's word of interest. And I've been having a few vagaries today. Have you punched my ticket for me there yet, George?
Here you go.
Oh. George, you feel that? George? George? Where'd he go? Where'd I go? What's this place? Mr. Dill, what are you doing here?
Hello, Sheriff. I'm sitting.
Well, what's this thing you're sitting on?
It's a futuristic fire truck.
There is something strange going on with this golden ticket. I'm gonna go in here and see if I can find somebody who can try to tell me where I'm at, and maybe they know what's going on. I'll see you later.
I think the sheriff's confused. He forgot to feed me.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Hello there. I'm Sheriff Stephen J. I will bet that you're the host of something or other, aren't you?
I'm the host of Things to Be.
The host of Things to Be. All right, well, Things to Be, what exactly is this place?
It's the Boothbay Railway Volunteer Fire Department.
Boothbay Railway Volunteer Fire Department. You know, this has been one crazy day I'm having today. All kind of vagaries. It's a vagary day. That's actually an alphabet chef word of interest. Oh, never mind. Vagary. V-A-G-A-R-Y. Vagary. Meaning an odd or unpredictable idea or happening. Well, I've been having a lot of vagaries today. You're the third one I've had today. They usually use the word vagary in plural, like vagaries, and you're the third one today, so it's never mind. So why don't you tell me about this this thing over here, this red thing right here?
This is a 1929 McCain ladder truck that served the community of Boothbay Harbor for approximately 50 years. It has numerous ladders on it to take and service the buildings that was above the height limit.
Wow, there's a lot of ladders. I can see like 3 levels, looks like, of ladders on this thing.
It carries a 50-foot Bangor ladder, which was uncommon to most places because of the manpower it took to take and set up the ladder to utilize it. It takes anywhere from 3 to 5 men to run that one ladder.
Wow, that is something. So I noticed you also have, looks like some type of equipment, these boxes down here on the floor, and there's like, there's 4 of them. What's this one in the green box? What exactly is that in the green box right there?
These are Scott air packs, or breathing apparatuses. It was introduced to the fire service in the 50s. It allows the men to go inside of a smoke-filled environment and be able to breathe pure, clean air.
What about the one to the right? There's another case to the right of it, a black case?
That's a rebreathing system, which was hooked up to pure oxygen, and you rebreathe the oxygen, and does the same thing as the Scott air pack, but it would clean your oxygen that you were breathing at the time.
So, okay, I don't quite understand. So you're breathing the air,
Yep.
but it filters it,
Filters it.
and it goes back in. You're breathing the same air?
Yes, it's a
Really?
rebreather.
So with the rebreather, can you remain in a smoke-filled room?
You can,
Longer?
You can remain there a little bit longer.
Well, that is very interesting and very futuristic. And, okay, you have another case here. It's a red case. What's in the red case?
That also is a rebreather.
It looks a little different than the other one.
It's a different style. Styles were built different by different manufacturers, so that some of them were lighter or heavier. It depended upon the person that was lugging it, the strength, what he could perform with.
Would that be like a newer model than the one in the green box?
They're both about the same years. These ones here are anywhere from the 50s to the 70s.
And then this last box has a helmet in it back here. Looks like a black box.
That's a fireman's personal helmet just sitting on top of one.
So you got this fire engine here with that unique 50-foot ladder. And now you have this, looks like a fire hose wrapped right here. What's that?
Those were hose reels that was utilized in Isle of Springs or down around the shore in the small communities. They had their own fire hoses that we would go in and hook up to them. They would lay the line and then the fire departments would come along and put the pumpers onto them.
So the place I just left, I saw a pumper. So that was the type of thing that you would actually hook this hose up to?
Yes, but originally it was hooked up to the hand tubs.
The hand tubs. Do you have any hand tubs in here?
Yes, to your left.
Oh, right here. This right here. I see. Can you give me a little bit of history of this right here?
This is an 1836 hand tub, which was purchased by the town of Boothbay Harbor as their first apparatus. When the two towns separated during a fight over the downtown area burned, the businessmen purchased this themselves so that they could protect the downtown square and utilized it up until the 60s.
And it's drawn by a horse.
This one was drawn by men.
Oh, really?
The men pulled it through town. The bigger ones was drawn by horses.
How many men pulled it?
That one, it took 8.
So it's drawn by men, and then you would actually take this hose over here, and that type of hose, and you would hook it up to this.
Yep.
So you have a whole thing all set up here. But I notice you have another, like we call it an engine up here.
Yes, that would do the same thing as the hand tub, but it was run by the machinery and the engines on the truck, which did the pumping of water. It carried its own lengths of hose on the back end, and the man would pull all the hose off and hook it up to the side of the truck, and they take and fight the fire that way, instead of turning around and bringing a cart with them at the same time. And there's still towns that utilize those trucks today.
So you have a mechanical engine that runs that fire truck in front, but the hand tub, it's powered by 8 men.
Yes,
Men power, as opposed to horsepower.
that's right.
Wow, that's very interesting host of things to be.
You're right, it is.
That's right. So, what else you got going? Hello, things to be. Hello, I'm talking to you. Where you going?
Sheriff, we're about ready to leave.
Oh, hi, George. Thanks. You know, one of these days, I'm actually going to take a train ride on a vacation, have a fun time, go to places of interest I'd like to see, other than just taking the train on sheriffing business.
Where are you headed?
Well, I got to go out to Itsland. Apparently, they're having thefts out there, and Black Partner's gang, they're getting the blame for it. So I got to do some investigating work.
Good luck with that.
Thank you, George.
All right, well, we have a pretty heavy load, so we better start loading pretty soon.
All right, I'll see you over there.
All right.
All right, thank you. Well, hi there, everybody, and welcome to the town of the Children's Corner, located in the world of the magical couch. I'm Sheriff Stephen J., the Sheriff of Sauge County. Now, today I'm at the train station here at the town of the Children's Corner, waiting to go to Itsland. Apparently, there's been some thefts out there, and Black Barton's gang, they're getting blamed for it. So I gotta go out there and do some investigating. Now, I just was told that the train's in, they're getting ready to board, and didn't we already have this conversation? Didn't I already meet you and, I don't know. This is pretty strange. I'm getting a little confused here. Well, I'll tell you what, I can't see you right now because I got this investigation going on out in Itsland, but when I get back, we'll see you next time on the Children's Corner. I gotta catch that train.
Where do you go?
We're gonna go to the children's corner.
go?
We're gonna go to the children's corner.
Where do you go?